Right, let's get more on all the big stories across Europe. Our expert of all things on the continent, Dougie Critchley, is with us. Dougie, one place to start. Ruben Amorim is the name on everyone's lips this morning. And has he got a style, do you think, that is well suited to Manchester United?
Yeah, it will be an interesting appointment if it does go through. This is a guy who took Sporting from a really difficult situation. You know, their own stadium, their own training ground was attacked in 2018. When he took over, they hadn't won a league title in 19 years. He's won 2 titles. And this is what he's known for. 3-4-3, high possession. The year that he took over, or prior to taking over, they're at 54%, now at 65%. That's more than Man City in the Premier League. So they really do dominate the ball. Very defensively solid as well. They've averaged 26 goals conceded in each of the last 4 league campaigns, with a low of 20 in that first league title. He subsequently won another league title, but he's also known for getting amazing attacking returns out of his forward players.
Yes.
Pedro Gonçalves, who was on loan at Wolves, that didn't work out a few years ago, now one of Sporting CP's key men. He's averaged around 15 goals per season. Victor Gyökeres, 1.2 goals and assists since joining from Coventry City the summer before last. And they've had some great results in Europe as well. They beat Arsenal in the Europa League a few years ago. They've beaten Dortmund in the Champions League. They've got a draw at the Etihad. So he's got the European pedigree. He's dominated in his own league, taking a side that were struggling prior to him arriving, not to the same extent as Man United, but re-established them at the top of the Primera Liga.
When you say Gyökeres, sorry, Dougie, but when you say Gyökeres, 1.2 goals and assists per game?
Per game.
Since he signed?
Since taking over. So,
wow.
Yeah, he's at over a goal per game, and then a number of assists as well. 2 goals in the Champions League last week. Yeah. He's been absolutely remarkable. Gonzalo Inacio now looks like the next big thing. Same with Diomande. And they've lost key players every summer as well. So it has been super impressive.
Could see a couple of these making the trip to wherever this man ends up as well, you would imagine. And he's used to winning, but he's had to do it while selling key players. You were just talking about that. You know, as someone who's had to sell and rebuild. Yeah,
absolutely. Pedro Porro went to Spurs, Manuel Ugarte to PSG, João Palhinha, who initially took on loan to Braga. Then he established himself at Sporting CP, went to Fulham, now at Bayern Munich. And you look at Matheus Nunes being good enough to get a move to Man City. Well, eventually after having joined Wolves, Nuno Mensch now looks like a real star at PSG, all developed under Ruben Amorim. And these are amazing financial returns on players that he's improved and got better during his time there. So that is something that he probably won't have to deal with so much at Man United, being higher up the food chain than Sporting CP. But at the same time, improving players is going to be vital if he wants to take Man United from 14th to eventually back in the Champions League and hopefully challenge for honours if he gets that job.
Well, PSR, as you know, it affects Manchester United as well. True. And so if these days, every Premier League club, without exception, needs to sell players, it would seem. But let's talk about the Ballon d'Or last night. We were just talking about it before we came on, this unbelievable situation with Real Madrid. But Rodri winning the award, but it was slightly overshadowed in the end by the Real Madrid's decision not to even turn up. I mean, I'm stunned by that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty disrespectful, to be honest, especially given Rodri played such a crucial role in winning Spain the Euros in the summer, was named player of the tournament. I thought that was slightly fortuitous. I think Fabian Ruiz potentially outshone him in midfield, Lamine Yamal, maybe Nico Williams. But Rodri, it shouldn't be forgotten what he did just last season. I mean, these goals and assist numbers are absolutely remarkable, given the fact he's a defensive midfielder. But since the start of 2023, he's won more trophies, 8, than lost games, 6 for club and country. Just a frighteningly good player, by far and away the best defensive midfielder in the world, whereas Vinicius Junior has a little bit more competition in that position. And he's just been remarkable for a number of years now. And you look at Vinicius Junior last year, this is an amazing return. Personally, I'd have given it to Vinicius Junior, but I can see why they gave it to Rodri, given the fact that Vinicius Junior at the...
Well, we said last week, didn't we, off air, we thought Vinicius would probably get it.
Well, for sure. And then he scores that hat-trick last week, which of course didn't count because it was only for last season.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that he had a really disappointing Copa America with Brazil maybe counted against him. But still, amazing in the Champions League last year. 11 goals and assists, only topped by Harry Kane. He got 7 in the knockouts. There was 2 assists versus Man City, 2 goals in the semi-final versus Bayern Munich, a goal in the final versus Borussia Dortmund, becoming the youngest player to ever score in 2 Champions League finals, just one of 5 players to score in his first 2 as well. He was remarkable last year, but I don't think it's an outrage that Rodri was given the award. And for a club like Real Madrid, 15-time European champions who have won 12 Ballon d'Ors from 8 players, For them to not even show up to the ceremony, I think showed a crazy lack of respect to a Spanish international.
Spanish international, yeah, like you say, wins the Euros with Spain, and then one of the biggest clubs in Spain say, right, we're not coming. It'd be equivalent of Harry Kane, who scored all those goals for Bayern Munich last season, then winning the Euros with England if they had have gone that next step, and Harry Kane winning it, and Manchester City going, well, we're not coming then, even though they've got the likes of Foden and Stones and all of his international teammates in the squad. I just thought it was absolutely incredible. So Rodri takes the award anyway, and actually Spain did the double with the women's award as well. Less surprise on this one, I suppose.
Yeah, Bonmati, she's been absolutely remarkable last year. Barcelona won the quadruple. Look at those goals and assist numbers from a central midfielder. Absolutely remarkable. Scored in the Champions League final as well. This is her second consecutive award. She's by far and away the best player in the world right now. It could have been an amazing night for Spain, but I think the actions of Real Madrid slightly dampened it, but that shouldn't put anything down on Bonmati or Rodri. They both had phenomenal years.
Yeah, well done to Bonmati and to Rodri and Real Madrid. Better luck next year. If one of your players does win it next year, let's hope other people turn up.
Me and Pete aren't.
Yeah.